So I've got the brochure here for the Nissan Pathfinder, and I had no idea it had this many kinds of variants. There's like 9 different kinds of Pathfinder. There's an ST 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, STL 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. There's even a hybrid version. I've got the Ti V6 model, which is top trim, so I think it has everything I need. Let's go and check out what's different about it, because I'm going plant shopping today and I'm going to need a big car. First up, I feel a bit larger than life in this car. It's quite sizable and it makes me feel a bit formidable. I really like it. There's something about being in a big car with kids. For some reason, it just makes me feel more secure. Now, it is a bit heavier to drive, but I actually don't mind the heaviness. For some reason, it makes me feel even more rock solid in the car. And it does have a V6 engine, which means it's got a lot of power behind it. So if you need to move in and out of traffic or go somewhere really quickly, you can get there. It does use a fair amount of fuel though. The garden shop is a fair way off, and while the Pathfinder doesn't have Apple CarPlay, it does have a sat-nav with an 8-inch screen, and the whole tech system, is pretty easy to use. The front is luxe. The Ti is the top of the range. When you get in, it automatically remembers your seat and steering wheel positioning. And I found this really cool button down here that actually gives you more lumbar support, so it's really comfortable. And when you're driving around to garden shops that are way out of the city, like I am today, that really helps. It doesn't have a digi radio though, and for a top of the range car, I would expect that. Look, it's not difficult to park if you're doing a simple one, but if you are doing or trying to squeeze into a really tricky parallel park, you can really feel the size, and the steering wheel actually gets quite stiff. It does have parking sensors front and back, and also a reverse parking camera to help. The size also affects the turning circle, so you'll find yourself doing a fair few 3-point turns, which can also be tough going on the steering wheel. I've decided on an olive tree and a bird of paradise. They are quite big plants, but I'm sure the Pathfinder will find a way to get them in. I'm obsessed with automatically opening boots. Just hold the button down and voila! Much easier when you're carrying things or you've got the children and groceries, and you know how it gets. And the boot is massive, it's huge. And that's because it's hiding these 2 seats here, which as you can see are really easy to pull up. The second row moves forward really easily so that people can actually just climb in the back. And I know you're going to think it's claustrophobic back here, but it's actually not. I'm 5'4" and I'm quite comfortable, probably due to the tri-zone climate control. There's air vents over here, and they are super breezy. Also thanks to the cup holders. There are 2 cup holders here. 2 cup holders here. In fact, there are cup holders here, cup holders here, cup holders in the front. There are 10 cup holders in total. It's cup holder crazy. And there's also 6 bottle holders. Plus, there's a sunroof for back here. So you don't feel like you've been stuck in the back in the dark. You've got natural light. You can pop the middle row down if you want to transport, a bed. But even with all the car seats up, you've still got quite a sizable bit of space back here and enough room for my plants. Weirdly though, for a car that is selling itself on being a road trip vehicle, it only has a space saver spare tyre. And if you run into tyre trouble while you're away, that is going to be super annoying. But how does it feel back here for my children? I've got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and there's so much room. Quite honestly, they were swinging around. It was a party in the back seat. It's just really spacious. There's also storage here, and I don't know if you've ever been traveling with children, but any storage is great storage. But the big winner for them was obviously these screens. They were so excited to get their own screens in the car, and to have one each is actually really special. You don't get a screen at all in the Mazda CX-9 or the Kia Sorento. You get one in the Toyota Kluger, but it comes down from the center. So this is actually quite premium. It also comes with headphones. obviously less worried about safety while I'm transporting plants, but when my children are back here, it's high priority. So the Pathfinder has 2 ISOFIX points in the back, 3 tether points in this row, 1 tether point in the back row, so that's 4 car seats you can fit in here in total. And it has a bunch of safety features like auto emergency braking, which basically means that the car will stop if you're about to hit the one in front of you, and things like blind spot detection. It's got leather seats, which I love. I don't particularly love this leather on the steering wheel. It's a bit hard, and the dash is a little bit hard as well. I do really like this whole center area. I think it's been done really stylishly. And there's this swanky little double storage area, which holds all your USB, your 12 voltage point, all those little bits and bobs get hidden away. All in all, I found the Nissan Pathfinder to be a great family vehicle. I gave it 7.5 stars out of 10, taking points off for stiff steering, but I really loved the huge boot space and the practicality. My girls gave it 9 Elsa dolls out of 10, and that was mainly for the screens at the back and the space.